Most marketing reports are wrong, and I can prove it across almost every account that we look at. I would say 30 to 60% of revenue gets attributed to something called direct traffic, which basically means we don't know where it came from. That's what it means. So here's the problem. Your best marketing is working, but it's getting zero credit. Zero credit. And what that leads to is simple. You cut campaigns that are actually driving revenue. Or maybe you cut them too soon and you scale the ones that just happen to be last in the chain. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly where that revenue is hiding, how this black hole forms inside your data, and how to start making decisions based on what actually is driving results. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Jan Ragnerud, and I have run a digital agency for the last 15 plus years now, and I share the good, the bad, and the ugly from working in the trenches, literally, with business owners, executives, entrepreneurs, and startups and established companies. So let's start with what direct traffic is supposed to mean. In theory, it's people who already know you. They type in your URL, they know your brand, click a bookmark, or go straight to your site. But in reality, that's not what it is. Direct traffic is where your tracking breaks. It's where email traffic ends up when UTMs are missing. It's where returning visitors get dumped, literally, when attribution resets. It's where traffic from, say, Slack, text messages, or private sharing goes. And it's where multi-step journeys collapse into a single misleading label. So when you see a big chunk of direct in your analytics, you're not looking at a channel, in fact. You're looking at what? What? Missing information. Direct is no good. Here's what that looks like in a real scenario. Someone sees your LinkedIn ad, let's say on a Monday. They don't convert. On Wednesday, they get an email from you and they click that. They might read it, but still no action. On Friday, they come back. They type your name into Google, they land on your site, and they end up purchasing something from you. And your report will tell you that sale came from direct traffic. So now you're sitting there thinking, yeah, it's probably my brand. It's a well-known brand, or they know me. Direct is our best performer. But that makes no sense because direct isn't a strategy here, guys and gals. What actually drove that sale was a sequence. LinkedIn created awareness. Email built the trust. But time overall closed the deal. You can see that, right? But your data, it erased all of that. That is gone, dead and gone. This is where it starts costing you real money. Because if you're making decisions off that report, you start optimizing for the wrong things. You may reduce ad spend because, well, it doesn't convert. Even though, it's driving the majority of first touches. In reviewing this, you might actually overlook email, even though email is doing most of the nurturing. What ends up happening here is you end up shifting budget towards whatever is showing up last. Here's what to consider. You actually need to review what actually drives the outcome. That's how good marketing gets turned off. And in fact, that's how average marketing gets scaled. So from an executive standpoint, well, this creates a much bigger problem because now your reporting, well, does not match reality. You are literally walking into meetings explaining performance with numbers that don't tell the full story. And when that happens, confidence drops. Budgets get questioned. And strategy becomes reactive instead of intentional. What's actually happening behind the scenes here is simple. Your customer journey isn't linear, as you now have learned. People don't click once and then buy. They interact, in fact, with multiple touch points across multiple days, sometimes weeks, heck, sometimes longer. But most tracking systems, especially default setups and configurations, only give credit to the final step. That's what we call last click. And everything before that gets ignored. And that indeed is the black hole that I'm talking about. That is direct traffic. Here's the question. What do you do about it? Well, first, stop treating direct traffic like it's a real channel. It's not. It's a signal that your attribution is incomplete. And second, shift your thinking from channels to journeys, right? Journeys is key. Instead of asking what converted, start asking, okay, what sequence led to the conversion here today or this week or this month? Because that is where the truth actually sits. And third, expand your time horizon. If you're only looking at let's say a 7-day or a 30-day attribution, you're missing a huge portion of your revenue. Big portion here, typically, what we've seen, especially if you're in any kind of considered purchase, so high ticket purchase or trust-driven sales. Coming to a close here, the bottom line is this: your marketing isn't necessarily underperforming, you're just not seeing the full picture. And until you fix that, you'll keep making smart decisions based on, as you've seen, incomplete data. If you want to actually understand what's driving your revenue across all of your channels and over time, and that's the difference between guessing and knowing. And if you'd like us, or myself and my team, to review your data, take a look at your insides, if you will, then book an appointment below. There's a link there, and we'll see if we can help. At least you'll get some good value coming out of it. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.